Tell the world who you are.
My name is Gammon. I live and work in Boulder, and I work at the university with the Office of Information Technology, doing research and supporting faculty with technology.
And you just sat through my talk, reaching the real world digitally from the ivory tower. And what stood out to you, Mark?
So I think a few things. I think the topic in general is great. I think more and more faculty are interested in figuring out their role in these technologies and how they can better leverage them. I think, I was thinking about questions that got asked and after discussions that were going on, and it's pretty amazing. You mentioned Clout, which is a tool that helps kind of measure social influence. You can add in different social networks you're involved with, and it will try to aggregate that and use an algorithm to give you a score out of 100, which kind of measures your social influence, if you agree with that or not. But there's been a lot of kind of buzz after your session about cloud and what the score looks like and how they're calculated and what might impact that and how it gets used. You mentioned a little bit about how employers might look at a cloud score and how there are rewards built into the cloud score. So I just think, it's interesting. You talked about a lot of different social networks and tools, but the buzz around cloud is interesting to watch.
And you mentioned this term, the gamification of social media. What did you mean by that?
Well, so gamification can mean a few different things, but I think typically with social media, people think about gamification as in some kind of structure around games and rewards. And so with clout, often, you can the higher your score goes, they build in some rewards that you can get. So that if you've got a 50 or you have a 65, maybe there's a break point, and they might give you rewards with an airline. You get early access to some kind of release software, that kind of thing. And so I think for them, it's about instituting some rewards to try to get you to continue to be involved. Another place that happens a lot is in something called like Foursquare, geolocational check-ins, but they do a lot of gamification around badges. So, the more you move up the ladder, you get different kinds of badges, and people know that you have a certain badge. So you get some kind of rewards. You get a mayorship, so if you've checked in the most at, your Dunkin' Donuts coffee shop, you're the mayor of that coffee shop. So it kind of builds in that sense of I want to compete with somebody else. I want to move further up the ladder, and I get rewards that are displayed on my pages and that kind of stuff. So the gamification of some of the social media and gamification's moving in lots of other areas. Questions about gamification in education, all those kinds of things are really interesting as well.
I agree. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Pete.